in fact, let's start with the context then, the positive news coming through on the UK economy. A big part of this is the banks, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's we've been a little bit more positive on the UK economy than the consensus for a while. And yesterday, you had manufacturing PMI data showing that business confidence is picking up appreciably at the moment. Retail sales is has been going good for quite a long time. The housing market is starting to pick up, and this is all going to be good for the banks. And though you look at RBS numbers this morning, and as usual, they're quite messy. It's quite difficult to make head or tail of quite a lot of it. You can see that asset quality is improving, and we'd expect this to continue. You saw that also from Lloyd's, and you would have thought that these guys, the new chief executive's job is going to be made a bit easier by the fact that the UK does seem to be brightening a little bit.
And what do you make of the new guy?
I mean, if you're going to focus on retail, then a retail guy seems appropriate. Beyond that, we don't know too much just yet, so let's wait and see.
Are you buyers of insurance stocks? I mentioned AXA and Allianz.
Yeah, I mean, we like Allianz, and we certainly a lot of life insurance around the world. We think that that's a good play on rising rates. But the insurance sector generally has been pretty good in the UK and Europe, and Allianz is certainly one way to play that.
You like the US and Europe over UK in terms of equity markets, right?
Yeah, I mean, the reason behind that is that we see sort of investor confidence continuing to unevenly recover over the next couple of years, and if that is the case, then it's the areas that worst affected by the sort of fall or the plummet in investor confidence over the last couple of years that are going to be the best markets to be in, and that's Europe, ex UK, and US in our view.
And are the payrolls numbers going to play into your argument this afternoon?
I would have thought so. The data in the US is picking up appreciably at the moment. I mean, we've had GDP revisions so far this week showing that the US economy is accelerating. Yesterday's ISM number was huge. I mean, particularly the new orders number at 58. And you've also had ADP employment showing, and also the unemployment claims, all pointing towards a better NFP number today. It's a pretty silly number generally. There's huge revisions. It's very hard to guess where it's going to go. But if you put a gun to my head, I'd say it's probably going to be an above consensus number today, and bond markets should be scared.
And just to finish up, are you unnerved by what central banks could potentially do to this nice run-up in equities?
Not necessarily. I mean, we want to see the economies and the world and the markets stand on their own 2 feet, and we sort of maybe think that the central banks have been allowed to be sort of excessively interventionist over the last few years because, or the last year at least, because inflation's been so low. So. We would like to see the central bank step back. That doesn't mean that markets are going to take a little bit of aren't going to take a little bit of fright as they do. But the medium-term picture for risk assets, in our opinion, remains good because medium-term growth expectations are.